And this will be the last of the little family perspective for me and why I'm so disappointed in the quote-unquote Christian values of people like Mike Johnson. On my last video, I talked about my mom and my Aunt Judy. My mom was born in 1941 and my Aunt Judy was born in 1939. My mom became a nurse. My Aunt Judy became a nun. And both my uncles, my Uncle Barney and my Uncle Michael, became cops. All of the children from my Uncle Barney were either cops or did civil service jobs. My Uncle Michael, my cousins, all did civil service jobs or education. And then myself, I was in education. We all gave back. And it was part of what we learned in church. Be a civil servant, teach, deliver the mail, be an integral part of society, be a cog, help out your brothers and sisters. And it seems that aspect is missing from the GOP. My mom and my Aunt Judy went down south to Georgia to help get people registered who were black because they knew it was wrong and they needed to do something about it. And my mom was dressed as a nurse because she was, and my Aunt Judy was dressed as a nun because she was, and they were still hit and spit upon by the ignorant fucks in the South. I now live in the South. And those antecedents are still running about and making legislation designed to underrepresentate African Americans and destroy our society. These, the deep rural South. The Bible Belt, where are all the children getting hurt? And the Bible Belt, who's doing it? The people who work for the church. Is it the people on the rainbow? No, it's not. Again, it's the false Christian narrative. Mike Johnson is running Second Amendment ads in his home state after we lost how many people this last weekend for gun violence? False Christians. False Christians don't lead on a slate of taking away free and reduced lunch for children. That's part of the GOP platform. I don't need to go back 100, 200, 500, 1,000 years to see the evil aspects of Christians. I live in New York. I live in Florida. I live in Arizona. I've lived in all three of those states. I've seen the aspects of what happens when you allow the Christian right to run things. I live in Florida. It's awful. Arizona was awful too. New York was much better. They spend $10,000 a year here in Florida per child. $2,000 of that comes from Florida. $8,000 of that comes from everyone else around the United States. It's not funded by Florida. In New York State, they fund each child $24,000, which seems more of the Christian thing to do. Provide more or less. I'm tired of the false Christians. I'm tired of Mike Johnson claiming that he's a Christian, just like I'm tired of the GOP waving the American flag and saying they're patriotic while at the same time lying about the election. I'm tired of the attacks on women. I'm tired of children getting killed in school. I'm tired of random gun violence. I'm tired. Please vote true and vote blue so we can have our democracy back and take it away from these false Christians.